SetupBuilder tutorial series, working with serial numbers and subscription keys. I'm Carly Fleischman. Okay, so in this video, it's a quick one. We're going to be talking about serial numbers and subscription keys in SetupBuilder Developer. Now, serial numbers and subscription keys are not the only way to protect your software. I mean, even if you implemented dongles and activation, if someone really wants to steal your software, they're gonna steal your software. So I've created a demo project here to where all we will need to do is add the serial number key and subscription key functionality and show you how it works. So let's jump out to the development environment and do it. Okay, here we are in our SetupBuilder developer, and yes, don't mind what's up with the buttons at the bottom here. I don't know what's up with this. Yeah, this is broken. And so, beyond the funky button problems after I come out of a PowerPoint presentation, here we go. To add serial number functionality and subscription key functionality, we're going to be inserting two different dialogues. We're going to be inserting the user information dialog and the edit data multiple line dialog. And I want to put my user information dialog right after my license agreement. So go here, right there, select it, go to add. And it's actually called customer information. My bad. Find it in the list. Customer information. Maybe it's called user information. Oh, it is called user info. Okay, so we go user info. Okay, it's going to pop this funny thing out. This property sheet. This is pretty standard stuff as you've seen in the other SetupBuilder tutorials we've done. So let's break it down just in case. So we're going to insert our header text, which I'm going to say personalize. Oops, if I can type. Software personalization will be the title. Heading will be personalize your software. And we'll just leave the rest of this alone. And what we want to do is we want to come over and we want to check these out. Yes, and this load user info in the advanced dialog will basically, in everything prior to Windows XP, or everything Windows XP and prior, my bad, will have the user's name and company stored in the registry. Your installer will go out and get that. You can actually still set those values in the registry, and your installer will then get them, but most people do not set them. But this little option will pre-populate that on systems that have it set and store your username, user's organization, and user serial number in the variables defined here, or you can define if you want custom variables yourself. Then we're going to go over to the serial number tab and we're going to say auto verify as my phone goes off. Unique serial number generation ID. For installers of the same software, you want to have this be a constant. So our serial number generation ID for this will be demo 123. And you specify a starting and ending serial number. I'm going to say 1 and jump that out all the way to 9246 just for fun. And then to get serial numbers for the to actually make those work, we're going to go out and we're going to generate some serial numbers in a second. But before we do, I'm going to open this back up We're going to flip through those just a bit without it being magnified. So there's your serial number tab. Auto verify has to be checked. Plug in a generation ID. Plug in your starting and endings. And then this is some, the pretty standard stuff. So now let's go out and get us some serial numbers. To do that, we go up to Tools, and we say generate serial number list. And this pops up. So we go next, and we plug in our generation ID and starting and ending values. So that would be demo 1, 2, 3. And the ending value is going to be 9246. Enter. It's going to pop out with a list of these things. We're going to save this out to our desktop. You can call the text file whatever you want. I'm just going to call it demo 1, 2, 3. And we're going to OK that. Now we're going to do the subscription key functionality. And to do that, we add this, and we're going to say it's in edit data multiple line. OK. I'm going to call this verify subscription. Heading is going to be verify update subscription. Now we're going to need to give some information and then a prompt. So we're going to say, please paste your subscription or maintenance key below. maintenance key in the box below. Give it a thing here, and we're going to say ampersand M and E key. Now we're going to check my horrible typing. The box below, and I'm going to actually modify this. This can be found in your order confirmation email from DemoSoft. Okay, now that we've got our dialog text set up the way we want, over on the Advanced tab, if you want to put the subscription key inside of a variable to like export it out to the registry, you can do that. But what we're interested in this is in the subscription key tab. We're going to say auto verify, and we're going to do verification ID. And let me look here because I can never remember how this works. Okay. What we're going to want to do is say that our encryption password is going to be what is the what actually encrypts the subscription key. So we're going to say our encryption password is going to be Winx Club 1994. And a verification ID, you can bind this to, like, say, the user's name or their company name or a machine ID of some sort, and there you go. Now, to generate a subscription key, in fact, before we do that, let's open this back up, and we're going to go through those tabs one more time without the zoom. Okay, think we've got a pretty good idea of what those look like and how they work. So then we're going to jump out and we're going to go back up to Tools and generate subscription key. Now, I do not use all the features in this dialog box, which is why we're just going to cover over the basics to get an idea. So what we're going to do is, once again, you can plug in and bind to a name, a user ID of some sort, machine ID, but we're going to put in our password, our encryption password, which should be the same for all installers of the same software. If it's not, your subscription keys are kind of useless. I'm going to say Winx Club, 1994. And we can either do valid until version in the form of like 1.0.0.1 or valid until date like 2019 6.4. But what we're going to do is we're going to say that this is going to be valid until date, and we're going to do two versions of this. We're going to do one that is already expired so we can see what happens, and then we're going to regenerate this that's valid up until like about 2 weeks from now. So we're going to say valid until date 2015-06-01. And then once we've got that in place, once we've got all of our stuff set up, we're going to, and then just FYI guys, this encryption password here needs to match what you put in the dialog properties. So we're going to refresh, and we're going to copy this. And we're going to save. And then I've already got all the rest of this set up, so we're just going to compile this. Do I want to save? Yes. And this should hopefully be a very, very quick compile. I'd hope. Let me get a notepad up here to put the subscription key in here. Okay, so I'm going to need to copy paste. I'm actually going to need to copy paste a serial number for part of this. Okay, and the compile is finished. So we're going to run this, and we're going to see what happens. Say yes to user account control. Next, I accept. So there we go. There's our user information dialog. We cannot proceed without entering a serial number. Okay. See here, the installation key you entered is not valid. I'm going to try to plug in something else just for fun. No go. So let's jump out to my desktop and find, I believe it's this one, yes. Any one of these serial numbers will do the trick. So I'm just going to randomly pick one here. We're going to copy, go back over here, paste, and there we go. Oh, oops. And that's not working. I made a mistake, and here's why. You actually need to store the subscription key in a variable. Whoops. So we're going to get out of there. Get out of there, jump back over to the IDE, and let's fix that. That was a 1-800, my bad, but hey, we learn from these mistakes. That way we can make better videos. And we're going to use param4. We are going to need to recompile this because I messed up so badly. Compilation finished. Awesome. Gonna run. Yes. And try that again. 1-800, my bad. Plug that in right there. There's our subscription keys. So yes, you do need to stick a variable. You do need to have that write out to a variable, even if the variable doesn't go anywhere. So we're going to copy our subscription key, which remember, we did say that that subscription key should have already expired, so this installer should not accept it. And it doesn't. The subscription key you have entered is not valid. Please try again. Because we entered a subscription key whose date for expiring has already gone bye-bye. So let's go out and let's get us a fresh subscription key and see if this works. Go to Tools, Generate Subscription Key. We're going to change this just a bit. And we're going to say that this is valid until 2016. What's today's date? 0904. I'm going to say that this is going to be valid until 0918. 0918. So there we go. We've got us a subscription key that hopefully should work. Regenerate, copy it, and paste. Or not. See, there we go. There we go. It didn't error out. It didn't say that our key was invalid. There we go. It's working. So, as you can see here, subscription keys are a great way for, like, how like Lindersoft uses them is that they go in, give you a subscription key, and when a new update rolls out, they check the subscription key from the registry. If the subscription key is valid and current, you get the update. If the subscription key is not valid, no update for you. And that is really awesome. So that's a great way to manage your updates. And that, my dear friends, is subscription keys and serial numbers in SetupBuilder 10. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. And yes, this is a bonus video to my SetupBuilder training series. So there we go. I'm out of here. Stay safe. Don't text and drive.